Welcome to the Beard Speaks podcast. All right, guys, what's going on? Pat here with the Beard Speaks podcast. That's right, man. I am back. Thank you guys for joining us again. And what an episode I have for you today. That's right. Finally, I have the owners of the Weis Mansion from Waterloo, Iowa here today. And, well, not here, but they will be on the phone and joining me on the show. So, first of all, again, I want to thank everybody who has been supporting the show. Again, I can't do this without you guys. It's amazing. You have been sharing the show. I've been checking out where you guys have been listening from, and it's just blowing me away again. I say this probably every show, but it's because it does blow me away. It really does. So it's awesome that you guys keep coming back. You keep checking out the show. You're digging the content. So if there is something I can do for you, if there's some topic, if there's something, someone, anyone that you think would want to be on the show that you would want me to interview or talk to, please send me an email. thebeardspeakspodcast@gmail.com. That is right. Also, we now have a new feature where you can go ahead and email the show or just text the show, something like that, message the show right there in the show notes. Just go down to the bottom, right at the top of the show notes. There's a message us. Go ahead and click that. You can send us a message from your phone, from your computer, from wherever you are in the world. How cool is that? It's technology, baby. And while we're at it, where can you hear the Beard Speaks podcast? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're everywhere, man. Check us out. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Podcast Index, Overcast, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Podcast Addict, Castro, Castbox, Podchaser, Pocket Casts, Deezer, Listen Notes, Player FM, Good Pods, and Podfriend, True Friends, and yeah, man, it's all there. You can also check out our website, thebeardspeakspodcast.com. That's right, guys. Go check out our website. Links to all our social medias there. You know, we've got the TikTok, we got Instagram, we got Facebook, YouTube. Go check out our YouTube, guys. Go there, like the videos, share them, subscribe to the page, get that little notification bell, so every time I put up a new video or I try to get some content on there, you guys can get it right away. I'm not huge on on the YouTube thing, so I'm kind of new at it. I've been having some fun for the last year or so, putting out the content, getting some videos, and I'm bringing you guys some cool stuff, man. It's like different beard oils, different products that I use, and it's nothing, set in stone. It's just kind of cool stuff that I come across, and I'm like, hey, man, I want to share this with my listeners, and it's just a cool minute or two video, my opinion on the product, and maybe it's cool, or you're looking for something like that, and you can share back your opinion if it's something you've tried, or you have something better out there that you want me to check out, man, drop me a message there. Let me know, right? It's pretty cool. So, again, I want to shout out because the last couple episodes, you guys have been, screaming in, man, from Scottsdale, Arizona, Singapore, right, Knoxville, Tennessee. What's up, Knoxville? We got Portage, Indiana, San Antonio, Texas, Wheaton, Illinois, Washington, Virginia. We got Beijing, China coming. Oh, man, what's going on, China? Palatine, Illinois. We got McDonough, Georgia, Los Angeles, California, Stony Brook, New York. Who else we got here? We got Clinton, Tennessee, Brooklyn, New York, Round Lake, Illinois. Where we got Lincoln, Nebraska, Jonesburg. I can't even pronounce that country. Look at that. You're coming in from countries I can't even pronounce, baby. I love it. We got Bend, Oregon, Waterloo, Iowa. Hey, some more Waterloo, Iowa people coming, checking out the show. Today, this show is going to be for you guys, man. St. Paul, Minnesota, Louisville, Kentucky, Phoenix, Arizona, Austin, Texas, Memphis, Tennessee, and the list just keeps going on, man. It's Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Valparaiso, Indiana. I'm just keep flipping through this. Ormond Beach, Florida, Prescott, Arizona, Maryville, Indiana. Guys, thank you. I mean, I really appreciate it. And we're hitting every continent, which is awesome. I can't believe that almost every country is chiming in and listening to the Beard Speaks podcast. How cool is that? So anyway, guys, man, I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to get back up and running. You know, this last couple months, like I told you, has been a little rough. There's been a lot of family stuff and things like that going and getting in the way of being able to produce the show and getting a quality show out there for you guys. I don't want to just turn on the mic, man, and just give you garbage. It wouldn't be true to you, to myself, right? I can't do that. You know, there's times I think, wow, yeah, let me go back there, just knock one out. But not, what is that, right? I mean, that's not really, what do you want to listen to? Me rant about something? I wouldn't listen to that. So there's enough podcasts out there for you guys to listen to, and we're all sharing the space, right, man? So it's all good. But, I want to bring you guys at least some kind of quality, something that's worth talking about, you know, and that's really what I want to do. Now, on this show today, man, guys, I'm excited because this bed and breakfast that my wife has stayed at is amazing, and they have some really cool stuff coming up for this Halloween, so I wanted to get them on the show. We've been trying to get this set up, and it's been a little bit of a struggle just with schedules and, again, with all the stuff I had going on, but we finally got them here, and I'm really going to let them run this, man, and talk about, you know, how they got involved with the Weis Mansion, the history of the mansion, the different cool things that they do there. I mean, my wife and I were up there earlier in the year, and we actually did a mystery dinner. It was amazing. I mean, I never had so much freaking fun in my life, man. We just had a blast, and they're going to talk about that and how they come across, you know, the stories for these things, and it's going to be awesome, man. So hang on tight, guys, and go. Hey guys, all right, the moment we've been waiting for. I have Christopher and Kelly, the owners of the Historic Weis Mansion in Waterloo, Iowa, right here on the phone with me. What's up, guys?
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Hey.
Hey. I'm so excited to finally get this podcast going with you guys, because, you know, it's been probably about 4 or 5 months since we were up there in March, my wife and I. And again, got to tell you, thank you. We had a fantastic time. It was just an awesome time. A great getaway. It was unexpected, kind of planned getaway, but we had such a good time that, hey, let's tell the world about the gem in Waterloo, Iowa, right?
Yeah. Well, we moved out here a couple years ago from Minnesota, and just kind of got fed up with a lot of different things through COVID and all of that. And so we're like, let's kind of do this crazy thing we've been talking about for a long time. Let's just go buy a random big old historic mansion, turn it into a bed and breakfast. And we found this one that had been a B&B in the past, so we had a lot of things were kind of grandfathered in, like parking regulations. Somebody made it easier to get our licensing information. Like, we're not an Airbnb. Airbnbs don't need a license. They're just like, you could have like a flea infested couch in your front yard and put a full rent sign on it and go, right, Airbnb. Listen, that'll be $200 to sleep on the lice couch, which we don't have a lice couch.
Right, that's crazy.
But so we moved out here. We started this place and been renovating it, collecting antiques, doing a lot of cool stuff, and now here we are.
That's awesome.
Add, Kelly? Nothing for you to add?
Not really. It's been a process.
Yeah. So I want you to guys go over the process once you got there and saw it were you like, okay, we're going to need to do this, that? I mean, obviously everyone does that when they buy a house, but knowing that you were going into it as a business and you're going to live there, right? So it's kind of a dual, thing. So it's like, here, we got to fix this up. But you obviously had ideas, like a palette in your head going, okay, we're going to have to do these things. And what was that process like? Did you guys right away just dig in and start looking for things, or did you have already ideas in mind?
Well, some of the first things, we need to make sure we had a fenced-in backyard for our lovely dogs.
Right.
So we put the fence up as soon as we bought it. Before we even brought the dogs down, we put in the fence. I didn't do that. Chris did all that. But and then one of the next projects was getting a dishwasher in, because that's very important when you make breakfast for a lot of people.
Right.
So that space, we got that done pretty quickly. And then just going through everything, making sure everything works, because, it's a 120-year-old house. With 7 bathrooms in it. So there's a lot of plumbing.
Yes.
So we've been going through a lot of plumbing, or we started originally doing a lot of plumbing, and we knew we would have to paint the exterior because it was in kind of rough shape. So we were debating what colors to go with for quite a while. And we finally settled on going back to the color that it was previously. So we went with the colors that the stained glass in our staircases. So that's a traditional color scheme to go with.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the color you guys chose for the house itself, I mean, it just looks the time period, I guess is the way to say it, right? It just really looks like it is, right?
Yeah.
Well, we should, in case anybody is wanting to follow along while we're talking, I should throw out the website with lots of pictures. Of course, you can link through there, or just search us on Facebook. It's just theweismansion.com. It's the WEIS, only one S on it. Although historical records are kind of weird. A lot of times you'll see something with 2 S's versus 1 S. That's one of those names that they just spelled a lot of different ways. But it's the weismansion.com with just the 1 S.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's cool. The website's awesome. The picture of the house is right there on the front. It just looks, I mean, it's it's a gorgeous house, and it's got that spooky look to it, which I guess will bring us to how you guys do your murder mysteries. Again, like I said, that was one of the most fun nights I think I've ever had. With just a bunch of strangers. It was just so cool. So when did you guys come up with? Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it was great. And it was one of those events where it was awesome and you had a great time because you just kept talking about it. And I kept telling all my friends about it. I'm like, guys, you have to do this. This is so cool. What kind of gave you guys the idea to do something like that?
Well, I mean, I've been, as an author, I write a lot of stuff. I'm not unknown. I'm kind of a mid-list novelist. I do a lot of fantasy and sci-fi stuff. I dabble with a little crime here and there. So we've written some of our own murder mysteries and some things. But I've always been just a big gamesman. So a lot of stuff, whether it's D&D, whether it's other games. I think I'm running a weekly role playing group right now. We're just playing some 5e with a bunch of other guys in the neighborhood. We also break out and we'll play some other games too. I've just always loved games, and the concept is basically like live action Clue, right?
Right.
You're wandering around this big old mansion in character with some costuming pieces on, and having certain conversations with a suggested list that's different for each character on the kinds of things you should be asking other people. And that spurns those conversations, and everybody's in character. And at some point, somebody screams because they find a body.
Yeah, right. That's the best part.
Yes.
No,
we have a few different games that we play too, but we're generally up to about 20.
Oh, cool.
So we're I think we've done, what did we do? I think 18 once when we had that football team. It was somewhere around. It wasn't quite 20, but we're expecting this one to fill up and to probably max out at 20. And we'll have some other entertainment offsite options for the next date that we got coming up in October.
Very cool. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I know some people can't, kind of grasp that idea of you're literally in this house and you nailed it. It's like a live action Clue. and you're there with people, because sometimes it's people who are staying there, and others they just come for the murder mystery, right? So you're there with people you have no clue who they are, right? And it just makes the whole excitement. And at first I thought, right, you got to kind of break down that barrier, about, being with strange people, don't know who they are, you got to talk to them, whatever. But it's so cool because the icebreaker's right there. You hand them all the information, already know what your little script is, and you just start talking to people. And the name tags, obviously, those work out great. And then you're just walking around talking to everybody. And it just turned out to be, like I said, one of the most fun activities I've ever done at a party like that. Is just awesome.
Yeah, and I think it might have been the time when you guys did it, but we had one couple that they just happened to be coming down to stay at the B&B, and I was like, oh, well, since you're coming, just so you know, we're also doing a murder mystery. And they're like, oh, sure, let's do that. And the whole weekend became this huge event for them that they hadn't planned either.
And I think one of them was the killer, weren't they?
Well, I don't
remember, but...
They had a lot of fun though. They went to Goodwill and got some costume pieces and had a red jacket.
Right.
Yeah, just buy a dress. Yeah, got real swanky. It was fun.
Yeah.
No, and that's the best
point
part.
Out that the person who is the killer doesn't know that they're the killer, so you don't have to have a poker face.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, you have no idea till the very end.
Everyone has a motive though. So
everyone's got the motive. Definitely. No, that was cool. And like I said, and then being, surrounded in the house, in just the way, like Clue really is, right? You're in this spooky house, and it's really, really, it's really, really cool. And everything's kind of, eerie, and you don't know what's going on, and it's awesome. What a great idea. So one of the best things I've ever experienced. So people out there, you have to check it out. That is one of the things I'll suggest. You got to go there during a murder mystery besides just staying at the mansion, because it is just one hell of an experience. So with that being said, the rooms, explain a little bit about how those came to be. I know we talked a little bit about the history of the house. I know you guys changed the names, though, of the rooms, but you kind of there's a really cool story behind how you named all the rooms of the house.
Well, some of them were named previously. Some are named after previous owners, and some are just random names that we came up with. It's always in flux. I think we're going to be changing some again. I want to go to a few other different owners' names, but we also want to make over some of the rooms. And we're always changing things. But one of the rooms, I would like to make a more gothic-y, like red velvet, black,
very
gothic-y
cool
type of room.
Yeah, that's cool.
Adam's Family vibe.
Yeah, like
I like that.
Stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. But then I have a hard time balancing that with being historically accurate, but not, it's historically accurate as much as we want to have indoor plumbing and air conditioning and central heating and things like that. But, can't have everything perfect. But.
Right.
Not me. I'm in favor of pooping in a bucket.
Just putting the outhouse out in the backyard in the dark, right? That's right.
Like, give everybody a ration of lye. Like, there's no toilet paper. This is what you get. Sprinkle accordingly.
That's it. Right. No, that's cool though. But yeah, it's neat using the different names of the owners of the house. I thought that was a pretty cool little touch. But yeah, having the different themes. So right now you've got different themes for each room, and but you're kind of expanding on that now and just kind of getting some new ideas. I like that.
Yeah. So like. One of our rooms is it's kind of a romantic honeymoon suite. It's got a huge clawfoot tub that's been retrofitted with jets, so it's a jetted clawfoot tub.
The period correct jets.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one we stayed in, which was very comfortable. Yeah, that was awesome.
And we have our what used to be the original dining room. It's got the coppered ceilings and stuff. And that one we just have a big, king size bed, because king size beds weren't a thing back in the 1900s, early. But people like their king size beds.
They didn't have a queen size back then.
No, everything used to be full size. Like that's
right.
That's the size of bed, which is easily retrofitted to a queen. But most Americans, we like our king size bed, especially when we travel or go away. So.
Yeah, it's more spacious. That's all.
Yeah, and we're taller and bigger than people used to be in the early 1900s. So And then
we did the one with it's got 2 beds in it.
Yeah. So the Weis chamber. So Henry Weis was the original owner of the house. We have it used to be his original bed, or his house bed, but his bed chamber.
Just a mattress. It's on the floor.
Yeah, right. It's just that. That's all it is.
Where his original bedroom was, like that's upper side of the second story, and so it's the Weis chamber. So we've got 2 beds in there. I've put in a queen size and a full size because there's many couples that travel and use separate beds, or they bring a family member with, and it's got a room that closes off so you can have your privacy. And I've also done that with a main floor room. Now we've added on just because there's a lot more people that travel with bigger groups, or they don't necessarily want to share beds or whatever like that.
There are a lot of gal friends traveling that
girls trips. We had some girls.
Quite a few girls trips. We did a murder mystery for one. They had a blast too.
That's cool.
We in that room we actually just recently renovated with a bunch of very antique furniture that we were able to pick out from a couple about 30 minutes southwest of us. So we're always looking for those great antiques to improve kind of that period correct feel. And we've got a lot of really neat things that are just.
I just picked up this really cool lamp that's from the early 1900s, and it's been rewired and everything. But we want to put that on the newel post. But just all the logistics of making sure it doesn't fall off or anything like that. But.
No,
we know a lot of people enjoy a couple of drinks when they come to our place, and if they grab onto something at the newel post on the way up or down the stairs, it might be the statue, and it's a very valuable statue. So we're trying to figure out how do we minimize that from happening.
That's very true. Now, if you or have you put out anything and like where people can reach out to you, so if they have old furniture or different types of antiques, and they either want to donate or whatnot, or they just have stuff that needs to go, they can obviously reach you in the website. But do you guys put out feelers for that type of thing instead of just going out looking for it?
We have at some like the architectural salvage places. We've told them like certain trim pieces that we're looking for, and a lot of times they're not super helpful because they get lots of stuff in. But we've had like open houses, and someone's like, "Oh, my friend has a table," and that's where we got what we use for our breakfast table. And some other people have contacted us that had some cool glassware, and we purchased it off them. And word of mouth seems to be the best way for some of that stuff. And then just going to all the different antique shops we find on our travels.
So much of it's just a random happenstance.
Sure.
Like we're looking for some specific trim pieces to trim out the one door frame that we don't really care how it looks because it doesn't match the rest. So we're always looking for those little things, and sometimes you stumble onto them. Like we stumbled onto a place, big antique salvage place in Minneapolis. They had the right corbels that we were looking for. We need just a couple of corbels that are missing on the exterior. The corbel is kind of a little piece that hangs underneath the soffit on an upper level.
Right.
So more of a decorative piece, but it was the wrong size. So they had the kind for the much larger buildings, but just it's nice to know that it's a common style, and we'll probably find them
somewhere
at some point.
Yeah, at some point. Yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah, there's so much out there, and I guess sometimes if you look at it where you're getting these pieces sporadically here and there, it kind of adds more to the mystique of the whole thing too, right?
Yeah, it's always like we're always changing things. It's always getting upgraded, and like as we find better furniture, we'll upgrade what we have now. And just like with most people with their houses, like you find better stuff and you get that.
Sure.
So.
Although I have to say, one of the, and I'm not just saying this, one of the most comfortable beds I've ever slept in. It was like insane. I mean, that thing, oh my God. Yeah. And I mean, you get used to, because like you said, coming from a king size, and then, you get in bed with your wife or husband and you're like, hey, you're a little close to me, man. Like that's a little different, but the comfortable bed was just insane. So you went out and you picked out the mattresses yourself, right? For like what you really were looking for? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we sleep on. So we figure if we like it, most other people will too.
We get a lot of compliments on the beds, the mattresses, as well as the sheets. I know Kelly has really researched a lot of stuff. She's got a lot of money tied up in bed sheets.
Linens,
yeah.
They're hospitality made linens that I use. They're from Comfy, so you can only get them if you are I get special rating, but if you want to buy them personally, you have to buy them through someone who sells them. And they're made for hospitality. They don't wrinkle. They've been through the wash. They keep buying more just because it's nice to have an extra set for every bed to do quick changeovers. And I'm kind of the one woman show here. So
right. And that's another important thing to tell people is you're running this pretty much by yourself, right? And it's amazing. You guys do a great job at it. It's clean, and people do have these, well, it's not a hang up, but it's true, right? You go somewhere, you want it to be clean. You want to be comfortable where you're going to spend the night. So,
I think a lot of hotels have kind of gone down in service lately.
Yes, that's my point.
Yep. Yeah. Because it's hard to find good workers that will actually clean rooms. So I know I do it all myself here, so I know it's clean. There's no one to blame but myself if it's not. So,
high standards.
Yeah. I'm kind of a perfectionist.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Some of those things are interesting when you think about them and what it takes to have a business like this, to convert an old mansion into it. It's not just about making it look nice and be comfortable. There's a lot of things. And I know Kelly has followed a lot of different groups on Facebook and places like that where they're sharing nightmare stories about different things, and also nightmare stories about places like Air D&D and what are the other big the OTAs, the online travel agencies,
like Media, Booking.com,
Hotels.com, and it's people actually get a better rate when they call us or go to our website directly. I don't know about you, but so I travel a lot, with my books, doing book signings. Most weekends every year, I'm out traveling to autograph books for people, and I stay in a lot of hotels. And sometimes I've tried to call those hotels and say, "Hey, you guys got a better rate if I tell you, I don't know, make something up that you might believe. Hey, I'm 70 years old. You got an AARP discount or something for me?"
Right.
And they're just like, "Sir, we don't want to talk to you. Just go to hotels.com. They're so big that you're just a nameless, faceless entity.
Yeah.
Here, we're going to talk to you while you're having breakfast. We're going to ask you about your stay, give you recommendations on maybe where to eat if you got things that you like, entertainment recommendations. So, we're here. We know about it. We care about our clients, and it's not only is it cheaper if you rent from us direct than a lot of those OTAs, but you also
you get all of our automated emails that tell you what time, where to park, and what time check-in is, all the info on that stuff. Some of those bigger, if you go through Booking.com or Expedia, I don't get any information on who you are, where you live, or anything. So I can't really, where you're going.
And as a small business, we make less.
Right.
That's where I was going.
They take almost 20 to 25% of what you're paying. So
if you like small business and you like things like this, you ever want to start your own, go direct, especially on the smaller places, like the mom and pop places. You get better service.
And people do call sometimes, hey, can you give me a discount? We're an older, clean couple, and I'm like, sure, I can give you a discount. Thanks for asking.
Yep. Yeah, it's the personal.
I think it's 95% off.
No,
right.
95% off.
I'm not in charge of any of those.
Obviously not. You'll have to pay for the food and all that.
Yeah, but it's the personal touch, right? And I know because since we experienced it, and we stayed there and everything like that. Like I said, it was beautiful. Not just because we know you guys or anything like that, but just because this was our first time anyway coming out there, and we set everything up. And like you said, you got the automated messages. We knew where everything was at. We got there. Everything was as it was supposed to be. Food was delicious. Breakfast was awesome. And
Kelly's got some new recipes.
There you go.
Here's some things with eggs that'll make a farmer blush.
All right. There you go.
We get some new stuff too. So I know you haven't. It was only a few months ago you guys were. But also we've got.
And the room has changed. We've changed. Like our rooms was painted. We put wallpaper up. Like everything changes constantly. We're always working. Like this is my full-time job. So this is my focus. This is what I work on all the time.
Well, like when you put your heart into it, right? That's what it shows, and that's what when people come there to stay there, like you said, they get that personal touch. You call directly. You get what you want. You get the room you want to get, and you feel comfortable. Especially you guys are so personable, so it's like not just going to, like you said, an Airbnb. You don't know what you're going to get. Is it clean? Is it not clean? You don't know. Sometimes you don't even see the people. I've never done an Airbnb, but I've heard so many horror stories.
Yeah, and you don't have to do the laundry or anything here when you stay. It's like I do that for you.
I was in an Airbnb was it a month ago? I was over in Peoria, and somebody straight up walked in on me. Hello, I think you're in the wrong room, and they were a little mortified. It was the owner's kid. He was eating a smoothie or something, just walking oh, sorry, I didn't know anybody was in this room tonight. He was just looking for a place to hide and play his Nintendo Switch with a snack, I think.
Right.
And I'm here in a state of undress.
Right.
Maybe you go somewhere else.
Who's this kilted man in this room? Right.
But speaking of getting touched personally, we do the personal touch. But one of our rooms, we also do, couples massages. We don't do it.
Right.
No. We have.
We partner with a local massage therapy business, and they come in and do 60 or 90-minute couples massages. I know they're really booked right now, so it's been harder to get them to come in, but it's right in your room, and then they take all the stuff out, and then you can shower or take a nice soaking tub in the jetted tub, or it's just a nice add-on that we can feature here.
Yeah, we do lots of those little local partnerships. And
with a local florist, you can have roses delivered to your room, or if it's your anniversary, or around Valentine's Day, we do strawberries, or there's a local macaroon place that I get macaroons from.
That's really cool. And then you guys have a gym close by too, right? I think there's a deal with that.
Yeah, we have passes to go to the gym that we work out at, so we know what it's like. It's only a few blocks away. They've also got a pool, but they've got certain hours and all the weights, and it's huge, and the track. And
we're thinking about putting in a hot tub at some point. We don't have one currently. We've had one at our previous house. We know how to maintain pH balances and things. So we're looking for the right one and the right fit.
Okay.
So that might be something in the future. So depending on when you're listening to this podcast. Period correct.
Yeah, period correct hot tub. There you go.
It's a hole in the ground.
Right. Just a hole in the ground with a fire going next to it. There you go. That's a good hot tub. But no, it's cool. Like I said, one of the most just unique homes that I love old houses and things like that. So it's something that if that's what you're into out there and you want to stay someplace like that, this is the place to go to. And again, the website is theweismansion.com, and it's WEIS. So check that out definitely. So let's talk a little bit about Halloween. I know we're excited. I know we're going to be coming out there. So if you guys want to meet the beard, I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be at the Weis Mansion. So let's talk a little bit about that. This is it sounds like a phenomenal event. So take it away. Tell us what you guys have planned for everyone that's going to be coming out there for Halloween.
I'll let Kelly talk about it, but I just want to bring up Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
People were. So the tickets for these things is going to include all your food and everything, some drink tokens at some local bars, be multi-site. But our original plan was, listen, we got to get a huge crowd and feed them Kentucky Fried Chicken, and Kelly will tell you why.
Okay, cool.
Well, this is Waterloo, Iowa, and we're planning this event on October 25th and 26th, so it's the weekend before Halloween. So check in sometime on Friday. We'll have a goodie bag with your tokens and the schedule and some extras if you order some additional things. So it'll be Friday night. There'll be some lingering with some of the other people that are here. If you're staying at the B&B, we only have like 4 rooms available. So hopefully those are available if you're trying to book.
Maybe 5. I've got one of our rooms is reserved. I have a Kickstarter going on for a new trilogy of horror novels that's going to come out. And so one of those you can pick up on there. So we've got at least 4 rooms. So go quick.
Yep. So on Friday night we're going to have a paranormal investigator here doing a little panel about what she does and she's experienced at some interesting properties in the state of Iowa. And then we're going to actually go do a paranormal investigation at a local, probably cemetery. Is probably where we'll end up.
Yes, that night. Yeah.
That night. And then we'll have breakfast Saturday morning. We've got Saturday morning cartoons. We're going to talk about some things.
Kind of like paranormal connections to that, like especially from the 80s and 90s. I know it predates that, but think like Scooby-Doo, right?
Right.
So all the ghost huntings, the mysteries for Scooby-Doo. It's a little after that period, but it's maybe another nice bookend. It'd be like Gravity Falls, where it's just good storytelling that invokes the idea of mystery and the unknown, which often crosses into the paranormal. Or we'll ask questions like with the original Scooby-Doo. It was never actually paranormal. It was just a mystery.
Just a mystery.
That harnessed that.
True crime.
It was true crime.
And then we're going to have our KFC for lunch on Saturday. And before that, we're going to have a little discussion about why we're having KFC in Waterloo, Iowa.
Okay.
Well, there's a guy who is a well-known serial killer that used to live in Waterloo, and he managed 3 KFCs. You might have heard of him. He was the killer clown guy, known as John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy. So, yes, I'll go. You finish, and then I'll tell a little story about that. Go ahead.
So, he used to live in Waterloo. We know the house that he used to live in. This house was not the one outside that plane or inside Chicago there where he was burying bodies, but he did get in trouble for some sodomy in Waterloo, and that's kind of what started the whole downward spiral.
Sodomy. A little bit's okay.
A little bit. But he managed for KFC and made a pretty decent living because his father-in-law owned them.
I have a question. Was sodomy one of the secret ingredients?
It had to be.
I couldn't tell you. I don't believe so.
I don't think it was. I've had a lot of KFC, and I don't think there's that much sodomy happening in America. I could be wrong.
But that's how he got his young boys that he likes to have relations with. And we have hopefully some artifacts that we'll have that are involved with John Wayne Gacy as well at this event.
As well as some other reportedly, we'd like to set up like a little haunted museum, maybe near our lobby.
People that are basically neighbors of ours here that have some really cool things that they've collected over the years. That
what do they call the mirror? They're like there's a name for the mirror that they had. They're like it's like the suck your soul out mirror or something like that.
Definitely some juju going on with that mirror.
Yeah.
But we're also going to do another paranormal investigation at a local pub here that was a mortuary. So there's been some interesting folks that were interned or
So it was the local mortuary that I think they were founded in 1912. So about 9 to 10 years after this place was completed. And they had interred and embalmed or worked on whatever the period correct piece would be for them. The first ever killed in the line of duty police officer in Waterloo, Iowa.
I think it was a state, wasn't it?
Maybe it might have been in the state.
We'll get more. You'll get the whole history when you get there.
The pub is called Fester's Pub, so it has kind of an Addams Family theme already.
Very cool. Yep.
Which is kind of cool, and that's due to its history as a mortuary.
And I think Dan goes by Fester as well. So
yeah.
Very
He's
cool.
Kind of a big dude.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Fester, Uncle Fester.
Nice.
We're also doing a creepy tea, so we're gonna have like an Addams Family-esque type of tea in the afternoon on Saturday. And then we've got a few other things. We're gonna do some upcycle. There's a lady who does some upcycling to make some creepy dolls, and she'll have some of those for sale, and also do some demonstrations with that.
We might talk about some authoring things.
Horror.
Book signing for the new horror trilogy coming out. So we're trying to invite anybody that might back the Kickstarter for that, which will be kind of fun. And of course, I love to coach people through different writing things when they've got questions, and just help people improve in how to tell a story, and not just on books, but whether that also might be, maybe you're a D&D DM, and you're looking for how do I improve,
right?
How do I run a game, or maybe it's any number of things that have a storytelling component. Like you want to run a murder mystery, you want to do anything like that.
Yeah, and that's really cool.
We're doing a murder mystery Saturday night that no one else has done, so it'll be new for everybody. It takes about 3 hours of murder mystery dinner. We'll have some food from the Brown Bottle again. I believe we'll have them cater it. And then after that, I think we'll have some more drinks at the bars downtown, and then kind of wrap up the weekend. Those that are staying will have their breakfast and stuff on Sunday morning and check out and go on their merry way.
That's cool. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. So I can't wait because I know we're gonna be down there. So, yeah, that's exciting. John Wayne Gacy. I never knew that there was a connection there with Waterloo. Isn't that funny? And I know because from Chicago, you guys are just about 4 hours away, and I live literally probably 15 minutes from where Gacy lived. And
I was thinking about that. I was looking at where I know your neighborhood on the map last time I was in Chicago.
Yeah,
a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh, Jeff Fleeman's right over here. I'm like, he's right in Gacy's backyard.
Yep, and he was taking kids from my high school.
Ooh.
Yep. So yeah, really crazy.
Yeah.
Really crazy. And so there was another one of the houses that they found, I believe they found some kids there too, was on Elston and Miami Avenue. And that was a place that I guess he managed it or something like it. It was just a building, like an apartment building complex that he either worked at or managed there. And he would bring
with his construction business.
Yeah. He would bring kids there to work on stuff, whatever. That's only like 5 minutes from my house. So yeah, it's crazy. So there's that connection with John Wayne Gacy. I know they tore down his original home. Yeah, that's gone now here. But man, yeah, that was a really scary, spooky time. And like I said, back then, I tell that story, and we talk about, obviously being from Chicago, we talk about that John Wayne Gacy thing a lot because there was a lot of kids and stuff like that from the high schools in the area. And one of them, again, like Taft High School where I went. And that was just crazy because there's a that high school is a little famous, more or less, for that, but also for Grease. Grease was the musical and the movie where the writer went to Taft, and that was the school. That's what it was about. It was about that school. So we have that, and then now John Wayne Gacy. So there's the polar opposites of fandom there, but it's just spooky, when we talk about that. And that was like a time when I was growing up where we were just you jump on your bikes and you're riding around the neighborhood, and there was no cell phones, there was no way to get a hold of emergency, nothing like that. And this guy was creeping around the neighborhood when I was a kid, and that's just really, really, really spooky. So that's going to be a pretty interesting thing on my part, just to come out there. So if you're from Chicago and you want to go out there and kind of get some of that John Wayne Gacy history from Waterloo, that part's going to be really cool.
This was where he lived just prior to his first divorce. And his incarceration.
He was supposed to serve 10 years, and he served 18 months, and then he got out, and he went back to Des Plaines, and that's when
his mom helped him buy the house in Des Plaines and get back on the state post-prison.
Well, after his dad died, then he just spiraled and started all the killing. We don't know that he killed anyone here, but maybe someone that comes to our events will have some information. We don't know.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you never know. Yeah, I mean, people like that.
Some other friends, too, that we're hoping to talk about. So this other couple that has kind of the spooky items. They have a house that was owned by somebody
who was also a bad guy.
Yes, and that's just that's closer. Yeah, that's only a couple of blocks from this place. And they're like, listen, we're living there right now, and weird things happen. So we're going to maybe put them in touch with the paranormal investigators. That house, we're going to do a couple of offsite locations. That won't be one of them, just because the house isn't currently in a condition to walk through. Right. There's some insurance issues and things.
Sure.
But maybe next year, maybe they'll be able to touch base with the paranormal crew and maybe go and do an investigation there and then talk about it. So we're kind of hoping this will turn into a larger event.
Annual.
Yeah,
something annual.
Type of
yeah. No, that would be really cool. And just kind of add on to it every year.
Yeah. And there's other things that happened in the neighborhood, like Jody Who's in Truth is very famous for being abducted not too far from here. We've got, what's that, we just watched the
documentary. There's 2 girls that went missing from Evansdale, which is like right down the road, like 5 miles. And there's an HBO Max documentary about them. They were taken together. I think it's called Taken Together. And they found their bodies, but they've never figured out who killed them. And they've got ties to maybe the Delphi murders. So all this other true crime stuff, if people know about any of that. And it's all local stuff, and it's still it's being investigated, and the cold case stuff.
Yeah, they were showing video footage of places, quite a few places throughout this. Was it an HBO special? You said
HBO Max.
Yeah, and we're watching. I'm like, I know where that place is. I've been right there.
That's crazy.
That's where all this stuff happened.
And they were kidnapped in the middle of the day, riding their bicycles at it was 2012, I think. So it wasn't that long ago.
Jacob Wetterling style.
Wow. Yeah, that's 20. Yeah, that was not too long ago. Yeah, that's creepy. Yeah, that's cool. If you do that every year and then just add on some different things and just have a little different mini events, I think that'd be really cool. People are always looking for something cool like that for Halloween and just around that time, and I think that's really awesome. So you never know. Maybe you could spill it into. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're capping this event at 50 people.
Okay.
So, and the murder mystery has even less. We can only fit about 20 people for the dinner.
So we're small on purpose because we're trying to offer a real quality event versus just do a big thing.
Right.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I was saying, you never know. Maybe you could spill it over some at some point into a evil Christmas. You never know.
Yeah.
All the Halloween decorations are going to start going up after Labor Day weekend here, so
we're almost there.
Yeah, so that's my I have to wait till after Labor Day weekend to start putting up Halloween. So
she is currently planning though.
I am planning on how I'm going to set it up.
That's okay. It's good to plan now anyway. So you really don't have that. I mean, kids are already back in school, so summer's almost over. It's all good. That's all good. Yeah. We can get there for Halloween. So that's exciting. Like I said, right now, that's going to be, I'm sure you're going to have the place decorated and decked out for the event and everything like that. So I'm excited to see how it all comes out. Cool. So what else do we want to talk about as far as what people contacting you guys to go to this event? I just want to make sure that I think I shared. So if you guys go to my Facebook page at The Beard Speaks, I did put up the flyer and the invite. I'm sure if you go to the Weis Mansion Facebook page, right, that's up there too. So do they have to go through that invite page just so we have that clear if people want to attend this event?
Or there's if you go right through our website, there's a link right on our website for All Hallows Eve is what we're naming this. All Hallow, like Waterloo.
Right.
All Hallows Eve. And you can buy the tickets right there. We got different levels of tickets. We have add-ons. You can add on one of those books. Like there's a book release that we have coming out. We've got mugs for the bed and breakfast. If you want to stay here, there's a price on that. If you want to do the murder mystery, if you want to just do the event, like we have some options there. And it is an 18-plus event, so there'll be no kids running around screaming. So
that's one of the things that's always been a hallmark that we do is like, listen, we're a child-free zone because we want adults to be able to relax.
Sure.
I love stuff for kids. My kids are grown and gone.
Right.
I want to hang out with grown-ups.
Right, exactly, yeah. So, yeah, that's the big thing. It's adult fun. good, clean adult fun. There you go. Right. But no, I think that's awesome. And yeah, definitely everyone, go to the website, the weismansion.com. There is a link there for the All Hallows Eve event. Also, like I said, on Facebook, I've been sharing it. It's on the Weis Mansion Facebook page. So go on there and get in there. Like they said, it's not going to be a lot of people, so the event is capped at 50. You said, right? So get in there,
and we have an early book ticket price too. So there's a discount. We've already booked tickets, so
nice.
Hop on that. It's mostly been local people so far, but it's I think $50 cheaper up until when, dear?
So October 1st, the price is going to go up if we have tickets left.
Got it. Cool. Awesome. So before we wrap things up, let's talk about this awesome breakfast, because how do you talk about a bed and breakfast and not have Kelly go on about the food, right? So talk a little bit about all the awesome, because I was blown away. We get, you come down just so everyone can picture it through someone that has stayed there through my eyes. It's cool. You come down for breakfast and man, you put on a little spread. It's awesome. Yeah. So talk a little bit about that and kind of like the different things you're going to be offering for in the future, and what, kind of some of your favorite foods to serve. It just seems like you put your heart into it, and I love that. So, and it shows, like I said. So go ahead and talk a little bit about your food there.
Yeah, and we always take dietary restrictions and food allergies and things like that into account when we make our breakfast, because we make it for you. We're not a big hotel chain, but there's always coffee, tea available, water, all that kind of stuff. But I always set the plates, set a nice table setting, like nice china, nice silverware, not the dollar store silverware. We always start with a fruit or a fruit and yogurt parfait type of thing to get you going. And then I make my own homemade bread with local honey, farm eggs as often as I can get them here. And I do a few different things with that. There's always some kind of a meat, if you eat meat, a sausage or bacon, which is always baked in the oven because it's the best that way. Mm-hmm. And then some kind of potatoes, usually hash browns or roasted potatoes with peppers and onions.
We have on a few occasions done some more high-end breakfast. We've done some steak and eggs on request. Which is doing ribeye steaks with cast iron fried, like farm fresh eggs. So
very nice.
We try and accommodate, and that's of course depends on as we can get stuff and get it done. But yeah, Kelly makes all of our our bread, our muffins, and it's you don't get that at the Super.
I was gonna say the muffins. Yeah, I was going to say the muffins were outstanding. I love them. Those were great.
We killed somebody and stole the recipe.
That's evil. I like it.
We didn't have to kill them. The recipe made
okay. That's awesome.
In the coffee shop that I used to run. So yeah.
There you go. No, they were fantastic. Yeah, definitely. No, yeah. So that's why I wanted you to kind of go into that, because, like I said, it's bed and breakfast is in the name. We talked about the beds. Got to talk about the breakfast, and like I said, very good.
Yeah, Kelly does. She's found a few new recipes too. She does something called shirred eggs, which is. This is what I was talking about before with the eggs. It is a completely different kind of an egg dish. It's not really an omelet. It's not.
It's just heavy whipping cream with a couple eggs baked in a little ramekin, and
it's not quite sous vide. It's
and a little bit of sharp cheddar and green onions.
Yeah, it's
delicious.
Different. You might think you can do everything you have already done with eggs, and then you discover something
new. Something new. Yeah. No, that's cool. It's cool. Just being innovative and just coming up with some different things. And, if you do something different than everybody else, that's what puts a stamp on the business and why people want to come. So that's awesome. All right, guys. Well, we've kind of hit time here. Is there anything else you guys want to plug before we start closing up?
Check out the social media, stalk us over there. If you go onto our website, sign up for our newsletter so you hear about when we do cool things like this All Hallows Eve event or anything like that.
Groceries or updates on the house or the mansion here.
Yeah.
So do you guys have something on the website or on the Facebook, either or, where you're tracking different changes? I think that would be kind of cool if people can go on there and constantly watch you guys, changing different things. I don't know if you guys, you got enough stuff you guys got going on, but like a cool little video series of, you making Christopher doing all this work on the house.
I do post a lot of
updates recently on like our projects, the paint jobs we've been doing.
Yeah, a lot of before and after photos on different things. That's usually on our social media.
Okay.
And if it's on my social media, I always tag the Weis Mansion Facebook in that so people can see it.
And I'm really bad at doing that.
Yeah. It's a lot, right? I always laugh. It's like, keeping up with social media. It's like, how many things can you have? TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and now they got Threads, and then, they'll come up with something else. It's like, hey, I can't keep up anymore. There's a lot out there, but awesome. All right, guys. Hey, listen, I don't go anywhere. Just hang tight. But I want to thank you so much for doing this. I know that, when people think, bed and breakfast or staying somewhere, this is the place. It's like the funny part was when, we came down there and then explored Waterloo and went around different places and checked out different, shops and restaurants. And people always were like, what are you doing in Waterloo? Why are you here? I'm like, well, let me tell you why we're here, from Chicago. They're like, we usually try to get out of here and go to Chicago. I'm like, no, we're here.
Let me tell you something great about Waterloo. We're in the middle of everything. We're 4 hours from Minneapolis, 4 hours from Chicago. We're 4 hours from St. Louis, 4 hours from Omaha. We're 4 hours from Kansas City. We're 4 hours from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We're 4 hours from all of the cool places in the upper Midwest.
Yeah.
You might want to 4 hours from Milwaukee. We're like, it's all 4 hours.
Yeah. It's like a cool layover spot, somewhere you can stop. Or if you're traveling from any one of those, cities and you just want to find a cool place to stay, this is the place. And like I said, for everything you get, it's just amazing. And on top of it, you get you two. I mean, some of the coolest people that I've ever met. And you guys have a lot of fun and you put a lot of heart into your business. You put a lot of heart into the place. So when people stay there, they feel like they're staying somewhere where they're comfortable and they're staying somewhere where they can have a good relaxing time. So if you guys are out there and looking for the right place, this is the right place. I'm telling you right now. So without keep rambling on, because I could keep going on and on about the place. I'm excited to be down there in October. Again, everyone out there, check out the website, theweismansion.com. That's WEIS. Sign up. Come on out for All Hallows Eve, because it's going to be a freaking blast. I cannot wait. And guys, say goodbye to everyone, and don't hang up. Hang up with me, and I'm going to be right back on the show. All right, guys, so there you have it. That was an awesome little talk there about the Weis Mansion in Waterloo, Iowa. The historic Weis Mansion, that is. Cool bed and breakfast. Like I said, my wife and I stayed there, so I'm speaking from experience. It was a very amazing place. It was a clean, comfortable, very relaxing, set in this very cool historic building. You got to go check it out. And again, the food for the breakfast is awesome. It's not what you get in like a Holiday Inn or anything like that. She's cooking the stuff fresh from scratch in the kitchen in the morning before you get up. And when you get up and you walk down there, man, it's set up beautiful on the table. it's just awesome, right? It's a little bit more than you would expect. So go check them out, theweismansion.com. And remember, they've got this All Hallows Eve thing coming up. They've capped it at 50 people. So get to the site, sign up for this. We're going to be out there. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be a great event if you're into the paranormal, Halloween, and just that vibe. You want to be there, man. So if you're around the area, and plus they're doing the John Wayne Gacy thing. So if you're from Chicago and you're into that, you got to get out there and check that out, because who knew he was from out there, right? So it'll be cool. So on top of that, if you can't make it to All Hallows Eve, they do have murder mysteries and Air D&D, where they do Dungeons and Dragons. So but what I love the murder mystery, because the last time we were there, they had a murder mystery, and it's like playing Clue in real life. It was just one of the most fun things I've ever done. We just had a blast, and I just kept talking about it with all my friends, and telling people, hey man, we got to get out there. I'd like to get a bunch of friends and just get out there and enjoy that type of environment and have that kind of fun, because I mean, it was just a lot of fun. So, and you meet a lot of cool people too. So get out there, check them out. The Weis Mansion Bed and Breakfast. Say that fast 10 times in a row. Anyway, guys. So again, if you're digging the show, please share it with your friends. I'm having a hard time talking tonight, but please share it with your friends. Go check us out at www.thebeardspeakspodcast.com. All the links to the socials are there. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram. And again, do not forget about YouTube. We have so much fun at the YouTube. As a matter of fact, the next time we're down there at All Hallows Eve, I might do a YouTube from there. It'll be a lot of fun. So that's about it, guys. That wraps things up. I want to thank you guys again for constantly showing up, constantly listening to the show. I see so much return listeners coming and listening from all these different cities, and I dig it. I love it. I love the support. You guys are so amazing. So again, if there's anything special you guys want to hear, you want me to review some cool products on my YouTube, send me an email, thebeardsspeakspodcast@gmail.com. Other than that, man, guys, God bless. I appreciate you, and we'll see you soon. Rock on.